Hi guys, it's Katendizzy. I'm Kate.
I'm Dizzy, and we got a request to do a tag video called the K-pop Yearbooks
Award
by Brooke New Berry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the request.
The tag was originally made by Dylan from the channel of Dylan, and you can go check out the video.
Yeah,
on his channel. Question number 1: most likely to become famous if they weren't already, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. K-pop idols, they're already famous, but we thought sort of took this as who would be most likely to be famous outside of the UK, outside of Korea. I mean,
the way I see it is if we're in school with all the K-pop groups, and then that's how I see it. So they aren't K-pop idols; they're just people. 3, 2, 1. Ailey. CL.
I chose Ailey.
I chose CL.
I chose her because I don't know, she has that sort of like Beyonce feel to her, so I think like America would take her well.
I just took CL because she has a lot of connections with like artists in America already,
like will.i.am and then like designers and blah blah blah.
And I just felt like she would make it. 2, most likely to become a millionaire.
3, 2, 1.
GD. 3, most likely to win an Oscar.
3, 2, 1.
Jaejoon.
Seunguk, because like I chose him. He's mainly like he's a big actor, but he did start out as a singer, so and he does really singing stuff. So he's a K-pop star.
Yeah, I picked Jaejoon because I've seen that movie with him where he's like gets kidnapped, something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but I thought he was a good actor.
You always went on about that movie. Like, okay, watch it.
And he's attractive, so he deserves an Oscar. Question number 4: most likely to marry for money. This is a harsh one.
Yeah, this is quite harsh. I chose Hyuna.
I chose Nana.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I get that bitchy vibe from Hyuna. I'm sorry for any Hyuna fans.
I do too, but at the same time I still think she has like respect for herself. Like that might seem weird because of the concept she does, but that's obviously not her choice. So I still see like, why am I debating this? I'm meant to be saying why. Yeah. I'd pick Nana because I think she likes money. 5, most likely to get married first. Eli?
I chose Eli too. Yeah.
I was so influenced.
Because I remember like he in an interview he was like, I want to be a young dad. Like this. Yeah.
Well, he could be.
Okay.
Have my babies. 6, best hair.
Let's see if we chose the same one. 3, 2, 1. Sehun.
I knew we'd both pick him. 7, best dressed.
3, 2, 1. Key.
Amber.
I chose Key because he's just a fashion icon. He really likes fashion, doesn't he?
That is true. Isn't it? Yeah, I picked Amber because, like, not necessarily because I think she has the nicest clothes, but I think she suits her style of clothes the
like
best.
Tomboy.
Yeah, like she really suits it, so I think she's best dressed for herself. Does that make sense?
Okay.
8, best smile. What did I do 4? This times 2.
8, best smile. I chose Dio.
I couldn't decide. I like smiles, so I went between my 2 favourite smiles at the moment, which is Honky and Baekhyun. One of them too.
Yeah. I like Dio's smile because it goes into a little heart and he's like...
9, best smile.
Best laugh.
Yes. That's what I meant.
Best laugh. I chose Sungjae from B2B because his laugh is so infectious. It's just like, there's this one video where like he's just absolutely wetting himself and then they're all like falling on the ground like laughing, but then he like bashed into one of the members and his like laugh like changed an octave, like went like and it was really funny. I found it really funny anyway.
His laugh so infectious.
I don't know why I just made that really weird noise, just ignore me please.
Number 10, most handsome.
Most handsome. Obviously I'm going to choose my ultimate bias, Myung-soo. So
I would pick Sehun as my bias, but I think he's either sexy or cute, and I'd say handsome. I'd say M Black Suit the best, so my answer was Lee Jun. Number 11, prettiest.
I can choose with this one.
You couldn't?
I couldn't. I've got 2.
Go ahead. Which
are my 2 ultimate girl biases, which is Nayeon, I can't say her name, and Bommy from A-Pink. I just think they're so pretty. Like,
I actually went with a male. His name's Ren.
I'm the prettiest guy.
He is really pretty though. Yeah. 12, worst attendance.
Okay. I chose Siwon from Super Junior because, like, he just doesn't promote with them sometimes. Whenever they did release a song, like he'd sometimes miss live performances, and then he sometimes missed SM Town shows and stuff. So I think it's understandable because he films a lot of dramas and stuff like that, so...
I just second her answer because I was so lost with this question.
Yeah, it's a difficult question, you know.
Like, I don't know, unless people have gone for an injury, then I don't really... I don't know. 13, most creative.
You can go first, Dizzy.
I picked Yearbook because he does like his little music thingies that he posts like on is that Tumblr and stuff like that. Like
on Instagram.
Yeah, just like even though it's like small and short, he seems like he really enjoys making things like that. So I'd say he's creative.
I chose Yearbook because he writes his own music, doesn't he? Well, CM Blue do write their own music. Some of the time, most of the time, and I think they're really creative and stuff. So
they are, yeah.
So like, how can you sing like that and just play all the instruments? It's like you're so amazing, so musically talented.
14, best blonde.
This was difficult.
No, I'm joking.
I'm joking. Dizzy's the best one. No, you really suited on Dizzy.
Yeah. Who'd you pick?
I chose Hyo-yeon from Girls' Generation because I don't know. I think before when she had her other hairstyles like with brown, I just think she didn't look as good, but like I think she looks better blonde, like a lot better.
I do think she does too.
She looks so hot blonde.
But to mix it up a bit, I put Nana because I also think she looks better with hot blonde than brown.
Yeah.
Brown?
Brown. She looks like almost not Asian with blonde hair, I think.
15, most hardworking.
This was really difficult.
Not for me. I knew the answer straight away. It's probably the easiest one for me.
I found this really difficult, so I put like Woo-hyun from Infinite, but I think like all of Infinite are really hardworking because they're like
all K-pop groups are.
Yeah, all K-pop idols are really hardworking, but like obviously I'm biased towards Infinite, so and like they're like in sync. They're in sync all the time, so I think they're quite hardworking with their choreography, especially with him. Yeah, and he's like very talented in singing, so and he practices a lot, and he has a lot of side projects that he goes on and stuff like that. Blah blah.
I picked Suho because I think he does a lot of like, so like I think he tries really hard. Like you can tell that he just wants to make it. Like they have made it obviously, but I think Suho just wants to improve constantly. Like he constantly wants to prove himself better. Can you say that?
Yeah, I like because there's a lot of competition out of the
and
top.
I think he always also wants to make sure that everybody else is doing okay. Like to me, he just seems like he'd be a really nice leader to have. 16.
Most annoying at that.
Laugh, yeah.
I chose Dongwoo because his laugh is just the most annoying thing in the world. Like it's just like grinds on you, even though it's like it's really cute and stuff, but it's just like
Thunder from Ambler.
Thunder's is like the
pretty
same.
Weird.
It's really weird.
17, most improved.
This is difficult too.
Yeah.
Like there was this one person who was like, oh, I know who I'm going to choose, but I couldn't think of them.
Same here.
So I chose Hayoung from A-Pink because I think, to be honest, if I'm going to be blunt, like her singing wasn't the best like when she first debuted up until like No No No, but then she got more lines and stuff, and she gets more lines, and I think her voice has really improved like a lot. I think she shines in the group more compared to when she did before, because she was the youngest and I think she was sort of like pushed to the back, but like I think she's improved like a lot.
I picked Kisop for similar reasons, that he's got more lines in time recently. Like before, like I thought he was more of a pretty face.
Yeah.
As mean as that sounds, more than actually...
More just a visual.
Yeah, and I think the last couple of songs he's had more just like lines.
More
18, biggest flirt.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh Dizzy, you made me shy. Wink off. Biggest flirt. I chose Kai because he's not like when he's himself, but like when he's charismatic on stage, and like when he does that dancing. Like, well, you know when like I can't remember if you saw, but like in Immortal Song, and he got told to like dance in the club with a girl, like do what he'd do in a club to like chat up a girl sort of thing, and he just looked so hot, and he looked like if he was in a club situation he could just get any girl with his face and his charismatic dance moves. Like, you know, I think he'd be a good flirt.
Yeah, I agree. I put Minhyuk from B2B because I think he thinks he's very attractive. He is, but I think he thinks a lot of himself. Like, in watching like the B2B diary things, like there's a point where he's shirtless and he always goes up to the camera and he's like, "Ooh, look at himself!" Like, ooh. So I imagine that he'd have confidence.
Very up himself.
Yeah,
cocky.
like I imagine he'd have the confidence to flirt.
Yeah.
19, biggest party animal. I said that really weirdly.
Party animal. Party. Really British. Party animal.
Party. I pick GD.
GD.
I think that is self-explanatory. That's what she said.
I chose Min because I always see her on Instagram, follow her on Instagram, and she goes to like festivals and parties and stuff like that. And I feel like JYP are very free with their artists and let them do a lot of more stuff. So I feel like she could be like, I think Miss A in general, like Faye and Gia, I don't know how to say their names.
Okay, I imagine they'd be fun.
They'd be very partyish.
I wouldn't mind going to their party.
Well, yeah, so I chose Min.
20, class clown.
I chose Lee Jun because he's like just out there. He seems like he's off his face like 24/7.
It's genius. I love it. I could watch him.
Yeah, I think he's just like, I think he gets a thrill out of making people laugh, which is really good. I get a thrill out of making people laugh.
Same.
I'm quite a class, like our whole friendship group are quite messy, roundy, if that's a word.
I picked Beckett because clearly he likes being the funny one, and he says it himself that he enjoys making people laugh.
Yeah, he's quite like a good MC. So.
I imagine if he was in a class, he'd be sort of one that like would shout things out and try and comment on everything to make it funny. 21, most likely to be arrested.
I put GD.
Let me get. I was gonna say let me guess. I guess GD. Got it right. I put Daniel from Dalmatian
because he was arrested.
Because he was. 22, most likely to get ID'd in their 30s.
I put Yosob because he's a little midget and he looks like a baby. He looks like he's about 16, 17. Actually, I don't know, but he just looks like he's not the leader, the oldest member in Beast. I think he's the oldest member in Beast.
I was gonna put Taemin, but then I realised that he's now Taeman, so I'm gonna go with Lu Han. I don't think he'll ever become like a man. Lu Man.
Everybody says he's like, oh, Lu Han's so manly.
I know, but
like no, you're like a little baby.
I think
you're
they
cute.
only say that because he wants them to say that.
Yeah.
I think obviously he's a man. You can tell he's a man clearly, but like I still think he's
with the big peen.
23. Who would be voted? 23. Prom king and queen.
What? I'm having a mental breakdown.
23. Prom king and queen.
For prom king, I chose Rain because like he's really popular. Did you see his like Mama performance? And like all the girls, like all the K-pop girls in the audience were like, ah, Rain, and they're all singing along. They'll be really fangirly, like A-Pink and 21 and Sister. So I imagine he'd be very popular with the girls. And then for prom queen, I chose Yoona because she's like the face of the biggest K-pop girl group in Korea. So
She stole that from me.
I know I did steal Yoona from you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's my queen. Yoona.
My queen, Yoona.
Yoona,
my queen.
I put. Give me a drum roll.
I
did you get a drum roll? I've ever had. I put Kyuhyun. Because I think he's very bratty. Can you say that? Like I think if he was in a school, I think he'd be like, at the top because he knows how to like stab and get people out of the way, so he can get there. Do you see what I mean? So he'd like get there. He's sort of like a Regina George. Is that her name?
Yeah.
I think
of the male K-pop.
Of the male, yeah.
Of the male. I don't know. I get a weird vibe from Kyuhyun.
Yeah, same. That's what I mean.
Yeah, even Maknae and everything. So
no offense. I love you, Kyuhyun.
Love you.
I was like, love you. Okay, that was a really odd video. We're in a bit of a weird mood, so we're sorry. And it might be really long, but there's a lot of questions and 2 people, so we're sorry.
Double. That was like we answered like 20, 46 questions.
We answered like 20, 40.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tag video. We tag everyone, so
and we thank you, Brooke New
Berry.
Berry for tagging us.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to choose one question out of the 23 for you guys to answer down below.
Oh, can I pick one too?
Yeah, you can choose one.
Okay.
What one do you want to choose?
I want to hear your stories for who would be the most likely to get arrested.
Yeah.
Because that was a difficult one in my opinion. So
And
I want a name and why.
And I choose the question biggest flirt, name and why. Because, yeah.
Also, if you have any other tags or whatever you want
Any
to
requests?
do, can be K-pop or non-K-pop related, then just comment below and we'll do it as soon as we can.
Okay. Bye guys!
Bye!